Hey guys, Clone Wars, and today we're going to do another Rocket deck profile. It's a little different than usual. Not really as different, but just a little bit different because, well, it added a little bit of new stuff and some promo cards were released recently, and so we're going to take another dwell. We're going to dwell a little bit more deeper into this. While I have been commenting with Zach on my comments, and you know who you are, Zach, about the Destrudo engine. This still does not incorporate the Destrudo engine. Still, I know I'm still testing it, and I'm still seeing if I like it or not. But we'll agree to disagree at the moment. But he's right. There's not many Rocket builds, and I'm gonna try and stay at least as the most consistent Rocket channel that I can on YouTube. Because there was weeks and months where there wouldn't even be a Rocket deck profile. I'm like, you know what? Rockets. So let's get right into it. We're going to start off with 3 of the Magna Rocket Dragon. Magna Rocket Dragon does the same thing as it always does. It's a pops a monster when it's targeted by a Link monster. When any of the Rockets are targeted by a Link monster, they get destroyed. And then on the end phase, they replace themselves with a different monster from the deck that other than the Rocket that was sent there this turn. And he sends a monster to the graveyard. So he's automatically a 3-0 pretty much. Apparently, I cut down Metal Rocket during my testing because I've been drawing a lot of Metal Rocket, and Metal Rocket actually destroys the whole column. So basically, you're going to put him in the other vacant column that you're not using of the extra monster zone, so that way you can take out their extra monster and maybe a monster behind it or such. But Metal Rocket is probably also one of the better ones. I don't know why I cut it down to 2, but for some reason, it actually seems like it's been working. I know that we've talked and we've said that taking out rockets aren't as ideal as keeping all the rockets in, but I'm still testing. It's a fairly low budget deck. It's a fairly budget deck, besides Borload, obviously. But we're still testing it. I'm still testing it, but he's still testing it as well. And right now, just Metal Rocket kind of works at 2 for me. I don't know why, but it does. Next, we still play the 3 Auto Rockets. A lot of people put this at 2 and put Metal Rocket at 3, but I like the effect of being able to MST a card, basically. So I keep it up at 3. And I like it. It's a level 3, which is kind of awkward, but so are all the other rockets. They're a little awkward as well because, like, Shell Rocket is a level 2, but it also has the second highest booty, so got it for that. This one destroys a monster in the same column as it and one's adjacent to it, so this one's obviously really good. It's my favorite arc out of all the rockets. I don't know, it just looks really cool, especially as a shotgun shell, so I like it. It's pretty good. I like it. It's fun. We play, and then for running out of rockets, we play Aesthetic Rocket, which has the biggest booty, and it's also a effect negator. So it's a quick effect, so that it's basically a walking effect veiler, you know. So it's pretty good in that fact. But yeah, 2 Aesthetic Rocket Dragon. It's a level 1, so you can tutor it out with 1-for-1, but at that point you shouldn't. I played Double Gateway Dragon still. Goplinberg for the deck. It's not exactly searchable, but it can special summon any of the dragons, any of the rocket dragons, and it can special summon our Sniffer Dragon, and that's it. And itself, obviously, but you can only use the effect once per turn. And it can also special summon itself if your opponent has a Link monster. So this is a going second deck, obviously. We play triple White Dragon Wyvern Buster. I still play the Chaos package or the mini Chaos Dragons, because they're still fun. They're fun and they replace themselves, so it's still good in my opinion, at least for right now, until I maybe further playtest the Galaxy Tomahawk stuff, and you know, like I said earlier, well, not, you know, in the comments. Yeah, there is plenty of ways to make Borload. It's just the matter of making it efficiently, and also having more rockets on the field, so that way you could target them. That's basically what I'm trying to do with this deck, is trying to keep the rockets out on the field, but even though I'm using a normal summon, they can be special summoned a lot. So I play triple triple Sniffer Dragon, because Sniffer Dragon can be immediate link 2 if you draw into a red med. Sniffer Dragon searches itself out when it's special summoned. I wish it was like Nimble Beaver, because whenever Nimble Beaver is special summoned, it special summons a level 3 or lower Nimble monster, and it can special summon itself to make the link 2, but this, it'll work, so. It's fun to pair up with Background Dragon, because Background Dragon can special summon it, and it's pretty much an instant summon sorceress, so it's pretty fun. Because whenever this card is sent to the graveyard and you have no cards in the field, you can special summon it in defense mode, special summon a Dark Dragon type monster from your hand in defense position. And then when we're met to round off our dragons, one of the best dragons ever made, come on. You banish a dragon, special summon any dragon from anywhere, except for the banish zone. So it's really good. And then for our spells, we start off with triple quick launch. It's not an OTP, and it just special summons a straight up rocket from your deck. So this is automatically not a +1, but it's also it's a great material for going into materials for Borreload. And Borreload is the main focus of this deck, but Borrel Sword and Borrel Guard will obviously make it better when the other Borrel monsters come out. While the other Borrel monsters are not as overpowered, well, they're pretty good. They're not as overpowered as, say, Borreload, because you're not going to put Borrel Sword in every deck, you know. But Borreload is pretty good. It can make Borreload, it can make Borrel Sword, it can make any Link 4. It's just that Borreload is the main one because you want to target your monsters, right? So that's where we go. Triple quick launch. Triple boot sector launch still. It's still probably the best card in the deck. I cut terraforming. Terraforming just wasn't doing it for me, so I just triple boot sector launch. And triple boot sector launch seems to work out really well. I can special summon 2 rockets from your hand in defense position with different names. They have to be different names, so you can't just do the same rockets. You can special summon 1 rocket out of your hand, but at that point it's kind of like, you know. This is mainly just to go into Booster Dragon most of the time, because you're special summoning 2 rockets, and Booster Dragon is a link 2 that requires 2 rockets. And I can also slow charge by taking the equivalent of, like if your opponent has 3 and you have nothing, you can take 3 rockets out of your graveyard and special summon them. When Link Turret comes out, I'll probably play that at 2, which does pretty much the same thing for the deck, except they get banished at the end phase, so that's kind of the downside. And rounding up our rocket spells, we play 2 Squib Draw, sorry. This card is basically a, I can't remember. And it's trade-in. I'll just say trade-in. It's an on-field trade-in. Oh, Advanced Draw, that's what it is. Advanced Draw. This card, you can destroy a rocket on the field, draw 2 cards. It's to get their on-field effects to special summon themselves at the end phase. Then 1 MR. MR is MR. Can't go wrong. Played in most decks. Double Succession. Those are our only revival spells. The Succession helps bring plays forward and keeps your plays going. Bringing back some of the Link 2 materials you use to go into Borreload, you know, stuff like that. Or even bringing back a rocket so that way Borreload can target it. It's a pretty good play card. It's not as good as Borrel Regeneration, but it's still pretty good. Still our Dragon Shrine Foolish Burial package should pitch the Red Med and the Background Dragon. These cards are still probably the best cards in the deck to continue your play, or to start your plays. So running these at 2 and 3 are still really good. It's not as cloggy as you think, and it's you still see it, so it's good. I hate this, but I keep going back to the passcodes because they're easy. They're easy special summons. It's a Link Spider. I can start off your plays. It's a special summon of a Link 1, so it's just really good. And it can also be another name if you go into Saruja, or if you have Saruja. I don't have Saruja, so I don't go into Saruja. But yeah, it's just a really good card in general. And then 1 Upstart to make it a 39 card deck. You guys know, because this deck is kind of, it has some problems in some areas. So that's the deck, 40 card deck. Moving on to our extra deck, we have 1 Borreload, and yes, my extra deck is rated up this time. 1 Borreload because I only own 1 Borreload, because I'm not paying $70, $80, $90 for another one. This is probably my newest favorite monster in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I love it to death. It's really, really good. And yeah, it can target your rocket monsters, lower anything by 500 attack and defense. Shush. And it can be targeted by monster effects. It can steal a monster to a point it's pointing at, and yeah, it can snatch steal your opponents without the life point cost. So it's really good. The only downside is that it requires 3+ monsters. If it didn't require 3+ monsters, it'd probably be better, but it'd also probably be broken. So I understand the 3+ effect, but all Boro monsters are 3+ effect monsters. So one, Topologic, because it's the only other Link 4 I can go into, and the only other Link 4 I own. It also destroys when something is special summoned, so it can activate the rocket's effects at the end phase whenever they're special summoned to a zone that they point to. So it can replace monsters on the field, on our side of the field, when a rocket monster is destroyed, but on their side of the field, they probably won't be able to recover from that. So Topologic is pretty good. It's a pretty good stall card to go into first turn too, until we get Beauregard. I paid for it, so I have a Summon Sorceress. I paid for the Shonen Jump, and I have a Summon Sorceress. I thoroughly enjoy my Summon Sorceress because it can easily special summon a Borlo Dragon by summoning a... Usually you'll summon a Black Dragon Collar Serpent when at least the Erratic Link monster comes out. You can special summon... You can banish the dark one, the light one. You can banish it from the graveyard by going into a Link 3. You special summon the Black Collar Serpent, and then you special summon a Sniffer Dragon, and that's a Borlo right there. So it's pretty good. I like it. I thoroughly enjoy it. This deck will get better over time. It's just right now it's kind of an iffy spot where it's like I can play it, but you know there's better options. So I understand, but this card is really good in the deck. It's a $50-$60 card right now. So yeah, I play one Triple Burst Dragon because it helps us go into our Link 2 plays and our Link 3 plays, and going into Borload. It's kind of a stall card. It can negate a spell, monster, or trap effect during the end phase or during the battle phase, so it's pretty good. I like it. Still one Gaia Saber, just to go further into plays. A Cossack actually surprisingly comes up because it mills a card and it's like I have Black Collar Serpent and I mill a White Wyvern Buster. It's like okay, I can go into Borload now, so it's pretty good. I like it because you call out if it's Go Link, you call out a name. If you draw it. If you excavate into it, you can add it to your hand. If you not, it just goes to the graveyard. So, pretty good. Twin Triangle Dragon to revive our level 6 and above dragons that we have in the deck. So it's pretty good. It goes into our Link 3, into our Link 4s if we can special summon another monster. So I like that. Underclock Taker, the only card in the TCG that can target Link card that can target in the TCG right now. Because we don't have Booster Dragon. So when Booster Dragon comes in, this is probably going to get cut for Booster Dragons. Or at least have one of these and 2 Booster Dragons in some area. That's the only reason it's in there, to be honest with you. One Clara, the only reason it's in there is because it's cool. And also not in the right spot, but one Clara. And then one Proxy Dragon, because Proxy Dragon is a light monster I can banish with Color Serpent. Not gonna lie. Double Link Spider for the one-time passcodes, because this is the only way you can go into an effect monster to go into Borload. And then one number 41 Baguska, because Baguska is Baguska, it's really good. And then one Tornado Dragon Pop Spells Traps. So yeah, that is my deck, my Rocket deck. Monday, I think I'm going to be having a tribute video going out for a friend of mine who had some complications in his life. So look forward to that, and yeah, hopefully now I can promise some combo videos and some hand videos, test hand videos. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoyed I enjoy making these videos, and I really hope to see you guys in the next one. And I really do look forward to all the feedback you guys are sending me, especially you, Zach. You know who you are. You've sent me a lot of feedback, and I have been listening. I'm still testing to this day. Even when I was talking back to you, I was testing this deck. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy, and I really hope you guys have a great day. Have a nice one.